what does
yes.
that mean? Yeah.
So when you hit level 30, like so,
Yep.
pre-level 30, forget about world level, right?
Yep.
That doesn't matter.
Don't have to care about it.
So run me through this. I ding level 30. What happens?
Yep. So you ding level 30.
Yeah.
You get a little notification that says, "Hey, you can now set your entire game world to level 30."
Okay.
Right? And we're going to put you in something we call world level tier 1.
Okay. All right. That is cool. Now's a good time for me to go and grab an image for you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's show.
Let's do that.
Let's show what it looks like because it's gonna help a lot, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys will still be able to hear me. You guys can keep talking. Don't worry
So
about
you
me.
can still hear Hamish, but you can't see Hamish. That's confusing.
You can hear me.
So we need to add. We have a screenshot
It's,
or a
it's
couple
today's
of screenshots.
magic trick.
Yeah, it's the magic
Magic
trick.
trick.
There's not gonna be magic
I'm over on
today.
the other
There's
side of
just
the room.
there's game design magic. That's all. That's all we have. So yeah. So you choose the world level. So what does that change basically?
So, okay. So you choose the world level, and that is going to change all NPCs
Yeah.
Damn it.
in the in missions,
Yeah.
in the open world,
Yeah.
which I'm really excited about because that
Yes.
means we're bringing back named roamers.
We are bringing back the open world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Underground, incursions,
Yeah.
and the dark zone. Now, big disclaimer with the dark zone.
Yeah.
We're still going to place you in the bracket that you belong in because we don't want really good players ganking
to
low-level players, right?
go
Like
to
we don't want
Go
that.
to a lower
Right.
bracket. Yeah.
All right, Drew, so what do we see here? Obviously, I see world bracket 1, but you can also change the bracket.
Yeah. So on the top left, you have the world bracket.
Yes. Right.
All right. Cool.
So up here we see the new world bracket. So that's tier 1. You see the little globe icon with a 1 next to it. And you see a little notification that says, "Hey, there's a new bracket available."
All right. And then
So you
something
can
like
select
that's gonna
one.
happen.
Oh, and here's our menu.
Yeah.
So this is the player changing the world level. So tier 1, of course, is everything is level 30.
Yeah.
And I should point out that the rewards are all 163, or up to 163.
Yes.
Cool.
Right?
All right, I'm back.
So there is, of course, a small chance that you could get a drop from someone that is 182,
Yeah.
That's cool.
which is pretty cool, I think.
All right.
But yes, so when you finish a mission, all of those things, you're going to get 163.
Yeah.
And 163 is going to make you overpowered for level 30 enemies.
So there is an important note about 163
Yes.
because we are also doing a couple changes to gear score.
Aha, we are.
So
Okay.
when you say 163, that's
Yeah.
not only high-end 163,
Yes,
that's also gear sets,
it is.
right?
It is.
Yes. So they won't be like gear sets won't be inflated at the same
Yeah.
level.
Yes.
Right, okay.
So gear sets are now going to be more reflective of their actual power.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
I guess it's clearer in the extreme example where
yeah,
max level gear sets will all be 229,
Yeah.
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So there's
Exactly.
there's no 268s anymore. It's just a flat 229, making them the same as your favorite
Yeah.
Reckless chest piece, your
Yeah.
Savage gloves,
Yeah, exactly.
229 flat. So the
So-
max gear score will be
yeah.
229.
Yep, 229.
So yeah, just to make
Okay.
it clear, because so people don't get confused, we are not adding new gear score of gear sets. We are just basically changing the gear score of the gear sets that exist.
Yep.
So the ones that were, what was it, 191 was the first tier of gear set, I think.
Yeah,
I
Will
think
be
so.
163. The 214 will be 182.
182, yep.
The 240 will be 204, and the 268 will be 229.
229.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're on the same gear score as the high-end items,
Yeah.
which makes it more consistent and easier then to apprehend.
Indeed.
And understand.
Someone says they'll be kicking everyone that's not 255. In the next update, no one's going to be 255.
Right, right.
The
Everyone's going to be
max players will be
229.
229.
Which also means actually, and maybe this is a topic for another discussion. Sorry if I spoil something, but it means that
No, it's cool.
orange items,
Yeah.
they're going to be better
Yep.
because they need to be on par with gear sets,
Yeah.
right?
That's cool.
So, yeah.
That's awesome, man. Okay, so going back to setting your world level. I mean, you guys
Yeah.
might have covered it, but it might actually be worth, not just for me, but for everyone at home to do it. So I get to level 30. I can set all of the NPCs in the world to level 30.
Yep.
Open world and dark zone.
Yeah. So
Alright, did you
Dark
guys
Zone,
say
we
that?
talked about Dark
Right.
Zone. There was the exception of it selects for you,
Yes.
but it generally will match that. But what it means is in the Dark Zone, if you are placed in that first tier,
Yeah.
all the enemies are level 30.
Yes.
All of them.
Guys, just to clarify, when Drew says orange, he means high end.
I'm sorry.
High
Yep.
end. Yeah, gold.
There is some
Developer speak.
There's some
Yeah.
internal confusion over if that yellow is yellow or orange because it's kind of gold and
Yeah.
no,
So-
there's no new tier
Yep.
of
Sorry.
thing.
High end. Sorry.
One other quick mention about gear score because I think just to make it clear also when we say like a 268 gear set item will now be 229, we are not nerfing the gear set. We are changing the value of its gear score just so it's more consistent with high-end items. And actually, on the contrary, we are more kind of buffing the high-end items to bring them on par with gear sets.
The end result is you're going to be killing things a lot faster and you're going to be surviving longer, right? So yeah,
Exactly.
Yes.
But it's not when we say we are changing from 268 to 229. That's not basically we're removing whatever 30% of power. That's not how it works.
Okay. Maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but I think it's important. So you set all of the enemies in the world to level 30, including in the PvE zone.
Yep. In the PvE zone. So
we talked
and
about
we're
the
bringing
open
back
world.
the name roamers as well.
Okay, we did say that. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Great.
Bullet King lives again.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
He will live again and again and again.
Right.
Exactly.
And again.
So guys, remember when we talked about that whole that thing where people are bringing up, make the Dark Zone PvE. That's we now have outside the Dark Zone where you can do those things.
So if you want to farm PvE,
just do it outside the Dark Zone.
Right. And I don't want to spoil on the loot update. I feel like I'm spoiling everything.
No,
now.
I think
talk about the loot update.
I think it's important.
But all enemies have a chance to drop the best gear.
Yes.
That's the other one.
This is the other thing.
Right.
That's very, very cool. Okay. Again, there's a lot of details coming out right now. So to reiterate, what Drew's saying is, as a player, if I'm running around in the open world and I come across Bullet King, great. He's going to drop something for me. If I come across random dudes, no-name bosses, there's still a chance that you will get gear.
Yeah, just like in the 1 to 30 experience, right?
Exactly. So you can get like the best or relevant gear. There's a percentage chance to get that from trash mobs.
Yeah.
And that's not just in the open world. That's pretty much in all the activities except the incursions.
Not incursions.
Right. Incursions, we block that because,
Yeah. But the whole idea is that we no longer want you guys to have to go through this activity that's going to take like 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes, whatever, and only get the reward at the end. And then if you fail, it's super frustrating, it's super punishing because you invested all this time and you didn't get anything. Now, all the time you invest is that many chances that you will actually get something on your way to the end reward because you may get some drops during the process.
Yep.
Yes.
Indeed.
Someone's asking, is scavenging back then? We'll talk about scavenging another day.
But we want to talk about difficulty.
Yes.
Because now we're talking about world level, right?
Yeah.
So we're scaling things in 2 different levels now, whereas everything was kind of 1 before.
Sure.
Because we know set enemies to level 32.
Yeah.
Except in Underground, I think it was 33.
Yeah.
And Heroic set enemies to level 35. We're getting rid of that.
But Heroic main missions were 33. It was weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what?
So we're getting rid of that.
Yes. I like this.
So world level affects the enemy level. Always.
Yes.
Always, always, always.
Yeah.
But we are keeping the difficulty settings of normal, hard, challenging, heroic. Now, heroic is only for incursions now.
Yep.
So we're removing it from Underground, and we're removing it from some of the missions because we didn't do anything special. We
I'm
just...
going to move your mic a little bit.
Yeah, sure thing.
There you go.
Oh.
What an
Drew-
intimate
Drew,
moment
I know,
caught
that's
on
all right.
camera.
That's okay. We got it.
But yeah, we didn't do anything except increase the NPC level, which wasn't that exciting. And we want to get away from that because the game is a lot more fun when you're fighting enemies of your level and dropping loot relevant to you. So anyways, the only difference, right? So you're thinking, why would I play hard or challenge mode?
Yeah.
So you're not going to get the best gear. Or, I'm sorry, you're not going to get better gear by playing hard or challenge or heroic mode than if you were playing normal.
Okay.
You're going to get more of it.
Okay. That's
a big change,
Okay,
right?
that's a really, really big change. Okay. I think it's kind of easier to run this through as like a player story, right? So I'm level 30.
Yeah.
Right? I'm a solo player that can do, normal. That's cool. I'll run through and I'll still get the best gear relevant for that level.
Absolutely.
For tier 1.
So
world
163.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right? And if I get good enough and I can do it on challenging,
Yep.
I will get the same gear, just more of it.
But more of it.
All right. So like if I'm in a group, I could probably do challenging.
Yeah, exactly. And
Or-
kind of the way
Okay.
we expect it, or we want it to work, right? Is that if you are not super well geared and maybe you're not the most skilled player,
Yep.
then maybe normal is the optimal path for you to gear up,
Yeah.
right? Or maybe you just like the time to kill and you like that level of challenge. You can play normal and you can get the best gear in the game.
All right. This is making people happy. I like it. Tears
Yeah.
of joy. I see.
And it's like it's not just about solo players. It's also for group. It's the same
Yeah.
because since you get more rewards out of higher difficulty, as a group you will probably not start with normal. You can directly start with hard,
Yeah,
or maybe
absolutely.
you can more
Yeah.
quickly start doing challenging. So you will actually get more rewards by doing the challenging. Whereas the solo player is probably going to have to farm normal and hard for a while before he can actually do challenging. So it's going to be slower for the solo player, but still he can achieve the same.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So it's also kind of a like a time investment standpoint. You have to figure out what is maybe the most effective path for
Yeah.
you, because maybe you really should be playing normal mode, but you're trying to play challenge mode, and it takes you 2 hours to beat challenge mode.
Yeah. So it's about efficiency, right? Like,
And it's like, well, it's way more efficient to grind normal or hard than play challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like you're probably not having a good time if you're playing 2 hours of a challenge mode mission.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just
or maybe
guessing.
you are if you're masochistic. Like,
Maybe
that's
you
cool,
are, but
like-
you can still do that if you
I mean,
want.
you can,
like,
yeah, you can challenge
we're not
yourself
here to
if you
judge.
want to.
That-
yeah.
yeah, you
that's
can still
fine.
do it, of course.
Yeah.
Or if you like on the other side of things, you want like something that's too easy for you. That's fine too.
Yeah,
You
totally.
can still get great gear.
Yeah.
Like maybe you just want to like, I don't know, watch something on
Yeah.
Netflix and play. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
So,
do
yeah.
what you want, but like,
So just
you can do
to continue with the player story. So you're
Yeah.
30. We said you're doing all this normal, hard, or challenge, or you go through normal, hard, challenge, or you just
Yeah.
farm normal, whatever. You get all these 163 items, and eventually you're geared up to close to
Yes.
163 gear score.
Right. So then you get a notification
Yeah.
that unlocks, and it says, hey, the next tier is available.
Mhm.
You can switch to it anytime you want. You can stay if you want, and you can really optimize your build for 163, or you can change the world level to tier 2, which is level 31 enemies.
Yeah.
So again, the open world, level 31,
Mhm.
dark zone, all of that stuff, 31. And then you can get 182 gear.
But then you still get access to
Yep.
all the difficulties, so normal,
Yeah.
hard, challenging, but with
Yes.
31 enemies.
So it is worth pointing out, though, that challenge mode will not exist in tier 1. It'll unlock in tier 2,
Yep,
and
okay.
heroic incursions will not exist until you reach tier 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Because that's the most hardcore content.
Yeah.
We want to kind of make sure that the players are completely geared up and
Nice.
And-
So I mean,
and are ready
that,
for it.
it just makes sense
And-
that there's a really clear
Yeah.
way to progress through. Obviously, there's a few questions. Yes, you can de-rank the world.
yep,
You want to
anytime
go
you
back
want.
and play some really easy stuff.
Yeah,
Again, you'll get the rewards that are in that tier,
right.
but that's cool.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
you can do that.
And so just regarding tier 4, so tier 4 is the maximum.
Yep.
And that's where you get the 33 NPCs and the 229
229s. Yep,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah, that's the other clear
Yep.
thing to point out. There will be no level 34 or 35 NPCs.
Yep, none.
Gone. All right, cool.